Good evening and welcome to episode 2 of True and False Stories. So if you listened to my first episode, some of you had guessed that the second story was true. So that was the story about a girl who prayed to Lucifer, believe it or not. The first one was completely fabricated, although I'm sure it's happened, but I happened to make up that story on my own. So I have 2 more stories for you today. So the first story involves a car crash, an unfortunate car crash. So a man apparently had caused a car crash and seriously injured a 16-year-old girl who unfortunately succumbed to her injuries. And the gentleman who caused the accident was very seriously hurt, was in critical condition, and needed to be operated on. So, according to him, during the operation, he was fully awake. His eyes were closed. He was not able to move, but he felt everything during the entire operation. He felt the pain. He could hear the doctors in the operating room. He could hear the nurses, everything. And he actually just wanted to die. He said this is just something that he was just horrific to go through. And so eventually he gets out of the operation, he makes a full recovery, and he tells the doctors of his experience. And the doctor that operated on him, smiled at him, a very evil smile, and said to him, "The 16-year-old girl that you killed was my daughter." So now, did this happen or not? Now, story number 2 involves a 12-year-old girl who was home alone, and her mother told her that never, ever to answer the door if her boyfriend comes over. Never to answer the door for him whatsoever. Only when she's home. So, on this one particular night, the girl was home alone, watching TV, just minding her own business, enjoying her evening. And she suddenly hears a knock on the door. As she knocks the door, the lights go out, the TV goes out, and she takes a peek out the window and notices that it is her mother's boyfriend. So she's sitting there and she's just absolutely petrified. And she's thinking to herself, should she let him in or not? But she decides not to let him in. And then after he leaves, and he does get in his car and he leaves, and then the lights suddenly come back on, which is absolutely odd. And but the TV never comes back on, by the way, even though she wants to watch her favorite show, I'm assuming, but it never does come back on. So now ask yourself, did this story really happen? I'm going to add a third one now. So this man apparently was supposedly text messaging a friend, and apparently accidentally got the wrong number. So the person replied back and said, I'm not so and so or whatever. You got the wrong number. Recheck your number for accuracy and try again. And so he does, but he keeps getting told that it's the wrong number, and evidently it's the same person. And now this person is starting to harass him. He's starting to constantly text him over and over again, saying, I know where you live, I know where you work, I know where you hang out. And he even was able to name those spots. He knew where he worked, he knew his entire family, and he even knew when he left the house, which was really, really, really odd. So this guy is absolutely freaking out. And he keeps getting these text messages. They don't stop. He even goes as far as changing his phone number. And the man or woman is still texting him to this day and harassing him. And the police cannot do anything. Even when they tried to trace the number, they could not find this person. Now ask yourself, is this story true? And that's the bonus story. So, I am going to reveal what was true and what was not true in my next episode. I hope you tune in then for episode 3, where I'll have 2 or maybe 3 more stories. Hope you enjoyed the episode. Don't forget to like and subscribe to my channel if you haven't already done so. And I will see you during episode 3. Take care, and don't forget, for those of you who live on the East Coast, make sure you turn your clocks an hour back. Take care.